The first rounds of the 2023 season have just taken place, but while there have been many drivers turning heads, it's Pierre Gasly that no one is talking about. An excellent driver that has showed his skill throughout the years, but who unfortunately had a very underwhelming season for 2022. First, let's take a look back at Gasly's struggles in the previous season. It was a year filled with frustration as Gasly finished 14th in the championship with just 23 points. Driving the second slowest car on the grid added to his difficulties, with inconsistent upgrade packages hindering the French driver. But fast forward to 2023 and Pierre Gasly has shown tremendous improvement. By the 5th round, he has climbed the 10th place in the championship standings. Let's analyze his performance and remember his results first. In the Bahrain Grand Prix, Gasly faced a challenging qualifying session that pushed him to the back of the grid. However, his skill was evident as he fought his way through the field, and he managed to secure a 9th place finish, earning 2 valuable championship points. He also outperformed his teammate Ocon, who encountered penalties and retired from the race. Moving on to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, Gasly continued to impress. Despite starting in 10th place, he maintained a comfortable position throughout the race, finishing in 9th place. He finished 1 position behind his teammate, but it was still a good result. Next, Australia proved to be a setback for Gasly and the team. In a regrettable incident, he and his teammate collided in the turn 2, leading to both drivers retiring from the race. But commendable sportsmanship was displayed by the two drivers, and they each took responsibility, apologized to each other, and avoided any animosity. It was certainly a weekend to forget. Azerbaijan was a similar story, as it was a tough weekend for Gasly. He encountered an oil leak during the first practice session, and during the race qualifying, he crashed down in Q1. The challenges continued in the sprint shootout with yet another oil leak. Starting 17th on the grid, Gasly displayed a decent drive, ultimately finishing 14th in the race. Ocon had a similar performance, finishing just behind him in 15th place. Gasly came out disappointed and wanted to bounce back strong again. Fortunately, another good result would come in, as in round 5, Gasly's perseverance once again paid off as he qualified an excellent P5. He showcased his skills and determination, finishing in 8th place and claiming 4 valuable championship points. His teammate Ocon closely followed him, finishing in 9th place. These performances are strong indicators of Gasly's remarkable comeback in 2023. But it's not Gasly's first time redeeming himself. In 2019, he raced for Red Bull for the first half of the season, until being dropped to AlphaTauri for the other half. 2 races later, in Monza, he showcased an incredible drive to win his first ever race, in the slow car of AlphaTauri. Since then, he's also been very consistent, most of the time being in the top 10 with his car. While it's still early in the 2023 season, Gasly's resurgence is certainly turning heads. It's worth noting that his teammate Esteban Ocon is an established driver in the team, with 3 years of experience in the Alpine team. Ocon has shown outstanding drives in the past, including a podium finish at Sakira in 2020 and a remarkable victory at the 2021 Hungarian Grand Prix. In the 2022 season, Ocon displayed incredible consistency and was often considered one of the most underrated drivers, finishing 8th in the standings with an impressive 92 points. Currently, Ocon is trying to prove himself as the leader of the team, but if he gets beaten by Gasly in his first season with the French team, it will be a huge blow. It could escalate even more if Ocon starts to get aggressive with his teammate like he did with his other teammates in the past. Ocon isn't known for being the nicest with teammates. In 2018, Perez and Ocon would take each other out constantly in a battle for a seat the next year, and at the end of the 2022 season, we saw Alonso and Ocon having a feud. It's not difficult for them to start fighting and cause a huge battle every weekend, especially considering their competitive past. Although, maybe Alpine should not be Gasly's long-term goal, as while the team had been previously 4th in the championship, it has dropped down to 6th with only 14 points from 5 races. Alpine boss Rossi emphasized that Alpine should aim for 4th place and failure to achieve it would be considered a disappointment. He said that there would be consequences and he would not wait until the end of the year to implement changes. He held team principal Otmar Safnauer responsible for the team's performance and highlighted the need to rectify the team's mindset properly. While Rossi acknowledged the efforts of the drivers, he expressed that they have fallen behind Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari by a significant margin. McLaren, who snatched Alpine reserve driver Oscar Piastri after he rejected the French team, currently sits in 5th place. He also acknowledged that Alpine had fallen short of their development targets and attributed to their difficult position to a combination of lower performance and operational mistakes, including penalties and collisions. So while the team may not be a viable long-term option due to their current struggles, it's still worth it for Gasly to prove himself by putting in great results week in and week out, so you can check the likes of Mercedes and Ferrari. The French driver still needs to watch out, as right now he currently has 10 penalty points in his super license, just 2 points away from receiving a 1-race ban. However, he is scheduled to have 2 penalty points removed at the upcoming Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. While this reduction in penalty points would bring him closer to avoiding a potential ban, he still needs to be careful, as a full weekend disqualification would be devastating and the first time ever in modern Formula 1. Gasly's redemption story shares similarities with that of Fernando Alonso, who had a challenging 2018 season before retiring. He raced for McLaren and said it was mentally exhausting. 2 years later, he made his return in 2021, as Alonso made a comeback with Alpine, securing a podium finish in Qatar. And now, in the 2023 season, Alonso has already claimed 4 out of 5 podium finishes, making for one of his best years yet. If Gasly continues to outperform his teammate after a difficult 2022 season, it will undoubtedly demonstrate his capabilities to adapt to new cars. It also signifies that Gasly is coming back stronger than ever, surpassing the consistent performer and well-established Esteban Ocon. Although it's still early in the 2023 season, we can already witness the signs of an incredible comeback. Gasly's performance in Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and even in challenging races like Miami have showcased his ability to overcome obstacles and deliver commendable results. He has demonstrated his resilience, skill, and determination to reclaim his position among the top midfield runners. You'll have to see how the rest of the season plays out to fully understand his capabilities. Hope this video gave you some insight on a topic and the driver that really isn't being covered at the moment. If you enjoyed, please like the video, and you can watch the video in which I explain my thrilling experience at the 2023 Grand Prix, which should appear in your screen right now. See you there! Peace!